Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here with you from neighboring Nash County, but you know I always feel like I represent Edgecombe County too, along with Representative Shelley Willingham and Senator Erica Smith Ingram. She really wanted to be here with you this morning, but she had a funeral that she had to be at in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that's why she's not here. But we work together as a team to represent Nash and Edgecombe County and Halifax and Northampton and Wilson counties, all as a region together, because our success depends on us pulling together. And we know that part of that pulling together means that we pay attention to the ways in which Edgecombe has been excluded, treated as less, not equally developed and supported over the years as Edgecombe should have. And a strong Edgecombe means our region is stronger. Also, for those of us in the African American community and in the inner city communities in the city of Rocky Mount, our economic prosperity and survival is really tied to support and connection with Edgecombe County. If we didn't have that support, we would not also be prosperous or have as much a chance to prosper. So we have to keep in mind how we are all connected. I also want to thank the elected officials. I see your clerk of court, County Commissioner Viola Harris, many of your community leaders that I know out here. I'd start calling names, I'll mess up, but so many of you out here, chair of the school board, Dar Stiff, who's a college friend of mine, others of you whose names are not coming to me right at this minute. But I also want to recognize your being here and your strong leadership in the Edgecombe County community to get, and all the accomplishments you've made to get us where we are today. We have some big things to celebrate. I mean, I think the CSX, if I can ever I'm able to say it right, I got to practice that. CSX, hub, transportation hub being in Edgecombe County, isn't that a blessing? And I think that will be, hopefully that will be the catalyst to get a major industry at the Kingsborough mega site, and that would be a super duper duper blessing. And that we were able to save the Nash Rocky Mount school system by not letting them run over us in the inner city parts of Nash and Edgecombe counties, I think is a major accomplishment. And by doing that, we brought attention in the community to the work we need to do to support both our school systems in the Nash Edgecombe County area. And I think we will be doing that at a higher level going forward. Edgecombe County is the key to the Democrats winning in November. It is counties like Edgecombe that are strongly Democrat, reliably Democratic, that can make the difference. Because the problem is sometimes we take Edgecombe for granted because you're reliably Democratic, and we don't maximize the turnout. For Lamont Wiggins to win, Edgecombe has to have an astronomical turnout. We got to have an Obama turnout plus. It's got to be more than Obama. What we're facing now is a backlash that stems from the Obama wins. But they have shown us that even electing an African American president is not going to bring us the initiatives that we deserve. Living wage, housing programs, educational programs, health care, just fairness in the criminal justice system, all the things that we deserve, they are still saying we will stop you no matter what. So we have to do more than we thought we had done when we elected President Obama. So electing President Hillary Clinton is going to be the next wave of fairness and justice for us. And it is important that we are electing our first woman president, because in overcoming, you cannot overcome racism without overcoming sexism. You cannot overcome sexism without overcoming classism and poverty. You cannot overcome classism and poverty without overcoming the regionalism that has us treating one part of the community or the state better than another part. So all those things we have to fight together. And you all are the key. Your Board of Elections, was it Florence Armstrong on the Board of Elections? And they did a great job in getting you early voting locations that are outstanding. You have no excuse. In Rocky Mount, we have locations at the Social Services Building, OIC, and OIC, 2 locations for early voting. In Pine Tops, you have the library, you have the administrative building here, you have the Cultural and Educational Development Center in Battleboro, and you have the fire department in Speed. So we have no excuse. I mean, we should leave no vote unvoted. No, we should leave no vote behind. So we have to get out in all these communities, work the churches, work our neighborhoods, and we can't expect somebody else to do it. We need everybody here to get votes out. And don't assume that people will vote just because it's a presidential year. We have great flyers for you with information on all the candidates. The other thing that's going to be a challenge is that our voters have to check every one of these boxes. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, about 25 boxes or more they have got to check. There's no straight Democratic ticket. So we have to have people willing, patient enough to go in and check each of these boxes. So the next handout we need to provide to you will be sample ballots, and we'll be getting some of those out to you as soon as we can. But this is to help them get familiar with these people they'll be voting for. So they will not think, you know, we're just checking boxes and we don't know who these people are. The pictures give you some sense of who they are. And so every one of these candidates is critical to the fairness and justice agenda that we need. For example, the judges. Just be aware that all of the rights that we have had that have been restored in terms of voting rights in the last few years have all come from the courts. All come from the courts. When they tried to keep teachers, the NCAE, from being able to deduct the dues for teachers, it was the courts that remedied that. All of the overreach that has happened from our Republican supermajority in the General Assembly, all of that has been curbed in the courts. So these judges are critical. We are down to 1 or 2 African Americans on the appellate courts. And we also need the representation from Edgecombe County African American community on the district court, which is the effort that Lamont has been waging for years. And we need to bring a victory to him and a victory to all these other judges, starting with the Supreme Court Judge Mike Morgan and going on down. That's in the 4th row of your handout. The Council of State, that's where our jobs are, where our state policies are handled. If we turn over to the Republicans our Council of State, the initiatives that they implement, the people they hire are not going to be as friendly to our community as it would be if we have Democratic Council of State members. Those policies will not be as favorable to us, and we've already been able to see the direction that is going. The Attorney General, we have Josh Stein running for Attorney General. Just imagine what it will mean if you have a alt-right, as they say, super-right conservative Attorney General. What kind of cases are they going to be bringing, and who do we have to defend the rights we have in our community around civil rights and equity and racial equity? We will not have that. So I know that I hope you all understand the issues that are at stake. Dan Blue III is running for the state treasurer. The state treasurer controls the state health plan and the retirement system. Do we really want to turn that over to the Republican Party, both of those entities? I do not think so. That will not be favorable to state employees, to retirees in our community, and to current public employees. Because the Republican agenda, they really want to eliminate the defined retirement system that we have and put everyone on a 401k plan. They want to eliminate the idea that you would work X number of years, retire, and have a defined benefit that you receive. They want to leave that up to you, your contributions into a 401k that you can take in and out. Now, how many of us will end up with something when we retire in that kind of situation? Not at all. And they definitely want to eliminate retirement health care for retirees. And we're one of the few states that still provides that. So if you want to keep moving those kind of public policies in place, you will need to vote for the Democratic candidates on this, our candidate sheet that we have provided for you. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you for coming out, and continue to work and support the Edgecombe County Democratic Women. It's exciting that they are sponsoring this event, and you'll need to sponsor several more between now and November 8th. Thank you very much.
We can always count on Senator Bryant to bring us some essential information that we need across the state. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a round of applause for the Democrats who've already come up.